good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. 410 Nationals Week is officially underway. We're beginning tonight with the Capitani Classic. And looking around as rigs are pulling in and they're still lined up, I think we have 60 cars at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised if that number gets to 70, even 80 as it has in the past. And as easy it is to kind of feel a little anxious, you know, for me, I'm just ready to get the week underway. What is nice about tonight's show is it's a single day. It doesn't affect the rest of your week. I almost look at it as like a freebie. I mean, it's literally your test run. I mean, obviously you want to see where you stack up against the rest of the field. You really do want to have a good night. This sets the tone for your Knoxville Nationals, but still in a way it's also a freebie and like, you know, one last session to really dial in your equipment and try stuff if you would like. But here in just a little bit, it will be race time. Really interested to see what the racing surface does this afternoon. With this many cars, and now this will be the fourth night in a row that we have laps on it and a full night of racing, all those factors really play in. I mean, they're really trying to water it. You can tell this place, they've been out here kind of all day working on it. So it's a good chance it's going to start out with a good amount of grip. Here even comes the water truck rolling by. These guys, you won't find a harder working track prep crew than the guys here at Knoxville that know their stuff and get this place absolutely right. But anyway, here in a little bit, we'll have pit meeting, we'll have engine heat, hot laps, and right into qualifying. Well, a massive field of cars for the Capitani Classic. We have 82 410s. They split us into Flight A, Flight B, 41 apiece. We drew later. It's been common for us, you know, on this trip to be a little later out in qualifying. Track slickened off, kind of slowed down. In the first session, they were turning 15s more consistently. By our group, they were more 16-second laps. And we ended up 20th in our flight, so right in the middle. And you know, like I always say, man, a 10th or two, like just that little bit would jump us pretty far up. But I don't know, my best lap, I ran top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4, and I felt good on the bottom. Like I carried pretty good speed in. I wish I could have got maybe just a little bit more would have helped, but stuck the bottom, drove off straight. Just getting through the top, like I don't know, I'm hurting center off to stay straight and kind of carry momentum. Some of the similar problems that we've had, and we've making changes, trying to make me feel a little bit more comfortable. And gosh, man, it just it feels frustrating as I think we're getting a little better, but like I said, we're still just a little bit off. So I believe we're now going to start 6th or 7th in a heat race. They did an invert for the top 12 in each flight, 3 heats in each flight. They're taking the top 3 out of the heats, but they're inverting 4. So we're behind that invert, which is it's going to be difficult to pass here, but we're going to kind of change our setup, try to give ourselves a chance to launch, and like I said, you know, move forward and make some adjustments as we'll be in one of the later heat races with the track changing. We start 7th here in this heat race. Racetrack still has a little bit of grip, but guys are kind of able to shake around and pass. Of course, the start's going to be important and carry some wing speed into turn 1. Ultimately here, we want to just continue to figure out our race car. We're making changes. We're really trying to take strides. You know, it's kind of coming down to crunch time nationals is right here, so we got to be good and gotta move in the right direction. So we're starting 4th row inside. We have 8 laps. Try to advance forward. So 7th to 6th there in that heat race. That's now going to move us into a B main event. I feel like we're working so hard to achieve just a little bit, you know, a 10th a lap, consistency, you know, just trying to gain speed, momentum. That's a key word. You guys hear me talk about this stuff all the time. And I feel like in race trim, we have something that's a lot more to work with than our qualifying. Our qualifying just sets us back. I got a good start, or I got a good restart there. I was running 7th, ran the bottom, got to 6th, and then peeked my nose under Peck there, and if I wouldn't have missed the bottom in 1 and 2, I think I could have pulled alongside him. When I hit my marks, and actually once I almost backed up the bottom a little, was a little more patient, I got through it a lot better, just kept the car more stable, and instead of trying to drive in there more wide open and just hold it straight, you know, backing it up, kind of kept the tires underneath me, and I could get down the straightaways more. Maybe I felt like I was losing time in the center, but you make up ground in other areas. I feel like the changes that we've been making throughout the night, we've only been getting better as the racetrack kind of slickens off, and it's still fast right now. It's kind of slick, like a lane or two off the bottom, but the bottom still has enough moisture where it's making it dirty. Like after the checkered, I ran through the middle, you know, with a lot of throttle, and I felt like maybe that was almost the fastest I went through that corner all race. With that though, it's still frustrating because man, once you're behind these guys, it's just so hard to get in front of them, especially at these half miles we just spread out. So like I mentioned, we're now in a B main event. We're going to continue working. I think if the racetrack, you know, kind of slows down a little bit down low, that top side's going to come in. A couple guys made it work, but if you can really nail the bottom, if you can get going down there, that is still the line to beat right now. But we have some laps to go before we'll be back out for the B. Not really expecting to start up front because they took 4th, 5th, 6th, and I think at least 7th to the B. So we'll probably be mid-pack or a little farther back, and they're only going to be transferring a few. So we're about to roll out for the B main event now. They're going to be transferring the top 3, and we're actually rolling off a little bit better than I thought. 4th row outside, so it's doable. We got to pass 5 cars here. We only have 12 laps. The track's in a spot where I think, you know, we can. I'm actually not disappointed to be on the outside. Hopefully that will help me carry a little bit more speed into turn 1 and give me an opportunity just to find a clean lane and pick up momentum and get going faster. But yeah, we kind of have the car a little bit more similar to how the heat race, trying to keep our balance, you know, just where it's at. I think we're closer than we've been all night long, and now as the racetrack's just starting to change a little bit, we're just kind of following in that direction. So they just finished up the pull shuffle, and now they got the lower mains. This is the tough part of our sport, guys. We missed the transfer into tonight's Capitani Classic by 1. There was 82 410s, and we just missed the cut line. So felt like that was the most in contention we've been here. I mean, of course, against this field, it doesn't get much tougher. You know, you're only missing a few top guys, but yeah, and we started 8th, got to 4th, and then had we did have 2 freebies. Madsen and Linton Jeffrey both had issues, and yeah, I just felt like I knew, I'm like, man, I should be able to get in this one. I really should, but we just weren't able to make it happen. The bottom was really good, and in the process of me trying to give it all I had and run the top, because that's the first couple guys were on the bottom, I didn't feel like I could really follow them and pass them. I was going to have to run a different lane, and in the process I just kind of gave the door open to Hickel and Henderson, and I got back by Hickel. But yeah, I mean, hindsight's 2020. You know, I look back and say you could do this, could do that, but I just wanted to give it 110% and leave it all out on the line. And if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't. It could have just as well easily went our way. But yeah, that's what sucks, man. Like, we've been just, gosh, I feel like we've never worked so hard in our life. Like, we're trying, and our race trim's getting better and better, and this is a tough place to race. And man, I just wanted to be in the feature so bad. We could have used that before the 410 Nationals, but still we're heading in the right direction. But just those laps, and kind of see if there was a chance for us to move forward. But like I said, at the end of the day, gave it all we had. Ran the high side, ran the bottom, even ended up in the middle a little bit, but just yeah. So that's our Capitani Classic. You know, a good little charge, but just that much short. Well, and just like that, tonight's show at the Knoxville Raceway and the Capitani Classic is complete. Most of the teams are out of the infield, and they're kind of now getting this facility ready for the big week. You know, Nationals officially starts on Wednesday. Still kicking myself over that B main, I won't lie. I wanted to be in tonight's show so bad, and it's even more frustrating because things were going my way. You know, we had a couple guys flunk out in front of us. We were right there. I could taste that top 3 position, you could say, just right there, and wasn't able to capitalize. And man, that's how it goes. The racetrack though was really good on the bottom. If you could hit this moisture patch, get your left sides in it, maybe even get your left front on the berm, it just plants the car and you could really roll through here. The top wasn't as good in the B. It was there. You just had to be perfect, or you had to do something to make speed and try to get when guys, made mistakes on the bottom. But if you could run the low side, it was the shortest way around, and guys were ripping. So yeah, I mean, we'll watch back, see what we could do better. Got to continue to work on our race car. I think I'm feeling more confident in it. We're still just missing a little bit in race trim, and then we're missing even a little bit more in qualifying. And I think as we figure out our qualifying, it's going to continue to make us better come race time, and vice versa. But we got to qualify better, because that is really hurting us having to start so far back depending on the format. But that wraps up today's show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Want to give a big shout out to all of my partners: DZ, Shane DeWald Trucking, Steck, The Boss, Vienendahl Trucking, QRC, Orville Tax, ABC Powder Coating, Diamond Roofing Company, Earth Environmental, Canopy Country, Pit Stop USA, Fast 4 Media, Carbon Works, Rod and Supply, Triple X, Ty 22, Champion Car Wash, and many more. We have so many partners, whether they help us with products, whether they help us, with sponsorship, and it all makes our team go around. So I'm very blessed to be here. Like I said, we're at the top of sprint car racing right now, and we're trying to be a top team. I want to be a top driver. We want to be a top family, however you would want to put it. But we just got to keep grinding. We really do. It takes a lot of time. They say Rome wasn't built in a day. It takes time to get where you want to go, and we're making progress, even though to some of you maybe it doesn't look like it. We're getting stronger, we're getting tougher, and we're figuring out some of the most difficult dirt tracks to get around in the entire world. So thanks for watching. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without each of you watching. It's pretty cool that you get to ride along with me for this journey and be a part of what we do. All right, time to get some rest, because we have one of the biggest weeks of my racing career ahead. See you in the next one. Deuces.